The acting inspector general of the Defense Department will review Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth's use of the signal in group chat thing there with other national security officials. And they're going to
I got to point out, he looks like Max Headroom in that image.
See the bugged out eyes
and the bars behind them. Yeah, sorry, carry on.
I think Trump's foot is slowly going up his rectum right in this picture. And he did not get lube. Let's see here. The acting inspector general is kicking in over this whole thing with the signal chat. In a letter to Hegseth, acting, Stephen Stebbins wrote that the objective of the inspector general's evaluation is to determine whether Hegseth and other Pentagon personnel complied with DoD policies and procedures for the use of a commercial messaging application for official business. Now, I already happen to know that one of the most important things that should be in that is you're allowed to use public things like Signal and whatnot, but not for anything classified and so on. Interesting that, right? So, the probe will, let's see here. The probe will also examine whether Hegseth complied with classification and records retention requirements, because that's also another one, retention, right? The review will take place both in Washington, D.C., and at U.S. Central Command Headquarters in Tampa, Florida. The chairman and ranking member of the Senate Armed Services Committee requested that Stebbins conduct the review after Hegseth and others, completely screwed up and then lied about there not being classified information. The information Hegseth disclosed in that chat included the exact timing of strikes, the kinds of aircraft and weapon system that would be used, and were highly classified. Almost every expert agrees. Hegseth shared the information with the group, which included the vice president, 30 minutes before the operation began. If that's not classified, I don't know what is. Top U.S. officials have said the information was not classified, and Hegseth spokesperson Sean Parnell bowed down to kiss and lick and said, "Oh, of course it wasn't classified. Somebody had me a cheap beer." It's a sham. It's a disgrace. And if nothing else, if you're now disagreeing with me, if you're watching this and thinking, "Oh, come on, you lefty, blah, 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 blah." You know how serious that could have been? American soldiers' lives could have been lost in a very major way. If you're one of those people that just goes, "Oh, crybaby Dems and blah, blah, we won and you just can't handle it," wake up, dummy.
Yeah, but it's a good job they're putting their top tech guy onto the investigation.
Oh, hell, big balls!
Elon Musk. Yes, Elon Musk is gonna direct the investigation. Oh, great!
Jesus. So, in other words, big balls, because I think Elon just sits there with hand cream and a sandwich.
Setting up another video.
But yeah, it's a farce. It's comical. It makes everybody that's backing them and saying that it's not classified have zero credibility whatsoever. And Americans should be absolutely furious about this, not defending them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke.
Especially considering you had screen grabs of the things that they were saying.
I know.
And they're saying, "No, we didn't say that.
I know.
We didn't give any details away. With all the details laid out right in front of everybody."
Yeah, and after they lied about it, he was like, "Okay, fine then." He brought out more to show, and then they doubled down again. It's unbelievable. You can't lie your way out of these kinds of things. Well, I guess somehow you can, but I don't get it. it. Yeah. Where are we going here?
Well, yeah, we're going over to some more clowns. And we're not talking about J.D. Vance or the rest of the Trump's cabinet, but the clowns are facing extinction with dwindling bookings and public fear fueled by horror movies like It. In response, professional jesters are gathering in Bristol this weekend for a clown congress to address their uncertain future. Well, they would get there. Their car didn't fall apart when we were on the journey.
The Congress has been clowned since the reps took control. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it'd be so funny. How do you get confused about which one, which is politics and which is clown? I can't tell. But the 2-day summit aims to explore what it means to be a clown in today's world and whether traditional forms of clowning need to be reimagined. Organizers describe the event as a mix of deep, meaningful, playful, and irreverent discussions on the future of their craft. Probably chucking a fake bucket of water over everybody while they're doing it. Yeah,
I bet it's more a mix of vodka and inappropriate pictures of children.
Oh, God. Performers of all kind, including clown doctors and humanitarian clowns, whatever the heck that's supposed to be, are invited to brainstorm ways to keep the art alive. Hollywood's portrayal of sinister clowns has damaged the industry, making audiences wary of full makeup performers. Yeah, I've been scared of the fuckers since I was a kid. Never mind Hollywood. In response, some circus leaders have cut back on traditional clown acts to attract more people. Yeah. While the profession may be struggling, these clowns aren't giving up without a fight. The Clown Congress will attempt to redefine the role of jesters in the modern world before they become a relic of the past.
I know how to save clowns and make them relevant in the modern world. You put 3 or 4 on a remote, uninhabited island and charge people a lot of money to hunt them.
just get rid of the stupid costumes and makeup and stuff. People could be funny without having to look like a fucking freak show.
Yeah, and get rid of the smell of alcohol and the stench of failure, right?
Yeah, I mean, the complaint about Hollywood, Hollywood is made them people scared of clowns. But think of Hollywood, the clowns that have been in Hollywood. You had Buster Keaton and what's his name, Harold Lloyd, and Charlie Chaplin. All these great clowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the ones from bloody, Simpsons. But there's clowns. There's lots of ways to do clowning without having to scare children. And that's basically what it comes down to in the end.
The idea of clowns at birthdays and stuff is as dead as like mimes and whatnot. It's just over. In the day and age of Grand Theft Auto and whatnot, nobody wants a drunk man who can't find a job to show up at your party in makeup. They just don't. It's over. Yeah. Just like this video. Click like, share, and subscribe, everybody.
And leave us a clowny, wowny type comment in the comment section.
Have you been touched inappropriately?
Would you like to?